So as many of you guys know, the polo shirt design has been around since the 1860s. First made popular by polo players, it was later adopted on the tennis courts, where by the 1930s Rene Lacoste had made it a staple in most active men's wardrobes. But all those early versions of the polo, well, they were made from peak cotton and were made for performance, not style. No, it was the Italians in the 1950s who embraced fine gauge knitwear as an expression of la bella figura, which literally translates to the beautiful figure, specifically meaning to dress well and make a good impression. I mean, those Italians, you gotta hand it to them. They love to look elegant, but they also want to look relaxed. In the style world, we call this transitional dressing, which is basically blending formality with comfort. And that's why the Italians loved and perfected this garment. Knitwear artisans in Milan, Florence, and Naples all began to reinterpret the sporty polo in wool, silk, and cashmere. The result, the long-sleeve knit polo, was a garment that became an emblem of Italian sprezzatura, understated sophistication without trying too hard. And it didn't hurt that this garment was adopted by some of the most stylish men out there. Men like Alain Delon, Marcello Mastroianni, Gianni Antonelli. Now the key features of this knit garment, it's going to be made from either wool, silk, cashmere, or cotton silk blends. It's going to be a fine gauge, usually from 12 to 18, so that's going to give it a nice, smooth, luxurious feel that's relatively lightweight and makes it easy for layering. Now we're going to see a wide variety of plackets out there, from 3 buttons to no buttons. The collar, because it's knitwear, is soft, and at the end of the sleeves and the hem, we're often going to see a ribbed form that gives it a bit of structure. Now if you're looking to grab one of these garments, stick with a neutral color. You want something that's going to be versatile, easy to match, that you're going to be able to wear again and again. Whenever I'm wearing mine, underneath I'm usually wearing an undershirt, and over the top I would wear either a suede jacket, leather jacket, field jacket, or an overshirt. You see, when you're layering, one of the best things you can do is bring a contrast in the texture. And again, assuming that you went with a neutral, this is going to work with a wide variety of trousers and shoes. And speaking of overshirts, did you know that this garment first originated in 1952 as the Army's OG 107? This was a thick cotton utility shirt designed as part of the Army's basic work and combat uniform. Now, an overshirt by its design is very similar to the shirt, especially in the sleeves and the overall fit of the garment. Now, where it separates itself from the shirt is the thickness of the material and the placement of functional pockets. Usually we see 2 flat patch pockets on the chest. And because of the thickness and durability of the cotton, this garment right here is perfect for everyday wear, easy maintenance, and this is an excellent item to layer with. Now, really quick, gents, all the garments you're going to see in today's video are brought to you by our sponsor, Collars & Co. Collars & Co. is all about comfort and classic style combined into great looking garments that will level up your style. Now, some of you guys may know these guys started over on Shark Tank. Their dress shirt polo, it took the collar and placket of a dress shirt, combined it with the comfort and stretch of a modern performance polo. Gents, this garment reinvented the polo by making it something you could easily dress up, dress down, layer with your favorite sweaters, wear underneath a sports jacket, not have to worry about the collar falling underneath. And whenever I'm traveling, I reach for my Collars & Co. dress shirt polo because it makes it so easy to be able to layer or wear it by itself with even a pair of shorts. Speaking of layering, let's get over to their Maverick Performance Blazer. So if you're looking for a jacket that looks good, is classic in style, has a 4-way stretch, has pockets for everything you need, every time you put it on, it's going to be wrinkle resistant, and it's machine washable. But as things are getting cooler, let's get over and talk about their knitwear. And I've already talked about their long sleeve polo knits. I wear them all the time. Seriously, just go back, watch my videos. They just look good. They feel good, incredibly comfortable. But gents, this season, don't sleep on the cardigan. This garment is going to have you looking amazing. You can wear a t-shirt underneath, you can wear a polo, you can wear a dress shirt. And for you guys out there that are ultra casual, you're like, Antonio, man, I'm a hoodie kind of guy. Well, gents, then get over and check out their double knit premium cotton hoodies. It takes the classic hoodie design, and as we talked about what the Italians did, it has been rebuilt to make you look good. It's going to have a more tailored fit. Guys, Collars & Co. has made it easy for you to step up your style. And so, gents, if you're ready to take action, guys, use that link in the description of today's video. Go over to Collars & Co. Check them out. Look at all the great options. They're an awesome company I'm proud to support. Next up, let's talk about quilted clothing. In particular, quilted jackets and quilted vests. Now, of all the clothing we're going to talk about today, quilted clothing actually has the longest and probably most storied history. You see, originally this type of clothing was called gambeson, and it was originally worn as padding underneath armor. Yeah, this type of clothing goes back to the medieval ages. Fitting right underneath chainmail, it insulated, it cushioned, and overall provided warmth to men of nobility by actually having pockets sewn in where air would get trapped. Now, by the 18th and 19th century, quilted clothing had evolved from being armor padding to actually being worn by nobles when they were out hunting. Aristocrats and gamekeepers, they would wear quilted clothing when they were out shooting, riding, or just doing field work. By the mid-20th century, we saw the material again used for insulation during World War II, and that's when we saw the rise of nylon being used. And today, it's still used. Why? Because it has history. A lot of the garments designed to be used with it have clean masculine lines, aka when you wear these garments, they make you look better. They're also easy to layer, and despite the technology being close to 1,000 years old, it is still practical. So then, how to style the garment? So quilted jackets are going to be casual. So this isn't a jacket that you're going to wear over a suit, but because of the material, because of the design, it looks incredibly well with pretty much any style of sweater. It works well with jeans, moleskin, flannel, any type of rugged footwear like boots. And yes, if you really wanted to, you could dress it up, wear it with a dress shirt and gray wool trousers, and you could wear this into the city on the weekend. But for me in general, I see this as great casual weekend wear that'll just elevate your day-to-day style. Now, as for the quilted vest, I think this looks best when it's worn close to the body over a sweater, especially maybe on a cooler day that you're going to be more active, getting in and out of your vehicle where you want to keep your torso warm, but you want your arms a bit more free to be able to move around. Or you could use it as a mid-layer if you wanted to throw over a heavier jacket in extreme cold weather. And the funny thing is most guys don't own a vest because they don't know how to wear it. You're going to get about 75% of the warmth of a regular jacket, but a lot more freedom of movement. And if you know what you're doing, you match it correctly, you go with color combinations that work well in neutrals. Guys, adding a quilted vest or a quilted jacket is an easy way to step up your style. So now let's jump over to the cardigan. And what I love about this cardigan is it's got more of a classic military look to it right here with the buttons, not a zipper, the two expanding patch pockets on the chest. And in my experience, this is one of those items that most men don't even have in their wardrobe, but they should because if nothing else, it helps you to create a more masculine, clean, strong silhouette. And if that's not enough, like a lot of the items out of menswear, it's got a military history. Now this garment was made popular by the 7th Earl of Cardigan, James Brudenell. He wore it during the Crimean War as he didn't want to have to wear a pullover. He wanted a garment that he could better temperature regulate, hence the opening in the front. And it accidentally became a fashion item. Whenever the Earl came back, he was put on the front pages of newspapers. He became a bit of a celebrity and people saw him wearing this garment and yeah, people wanted to be like him. Now that being said, it was functional. It looks good. And that's why it has stuck around for over 170 years. Now the key with a good cardigan, it's made from knitwear. It has a front opening, usually buttons, but you're also going to see zippers out there. And like I mentioned earlier, you're going to see a variety of collar shapes. I again really like the one here at Collars & Co. And for me, that's because it has the vibe of the classic military jacket. And it's got a nice functional collar that fits around the neck. Now, speaking of great fits, let's talk about cable knit sweaters. Now the cables in cable knits were not just decorative, but they actually help with a former closer fit of the garment, which makes sense. This one was designed for working men, in particular fishermen. Now there is some documentation that because these were hand sewn, there were certain knits that were believed to give a person good luck. Others were so unique that they were apparently a form of signature where, yeah, if they found the fisherman, drowned, they could actually identify what family he was from depending on the stitch. But in any case, this design is functional, it's authentic, it is solid workwear that has heritage, a rugged excellence if you want to put it that way. And that's why guys like the Clancy brothers, Elvis Presley, Steve McQueen, all of them loved cable knit sweaters because not only did they look good, but they were incredibly functional. They paired well with a wide variety of different trousers, shoes. They could be layered with a wide variety of jackets. And yeah, they're just timeless in design. Now, what about the word Balmoral? You're going to see this occasionally in menswear. Most of us know it from the pair of shoes that are associated with it. Others may associate it with the Scottish bonnet. But from a stylistic perspective, most of the time this is associated with Queen Elizabeth II's home in Balmoral, her Scottish residence purchased in 1852, and the Association of Country Wear. In particular, Balmoral Castle, a Scottish residence purchased by the royal family in 1852. And so when you see this word used in menswear, it refers to the country elegance, the casual off-duty wardrobes of the royals. So in this case with the sweaters here, what do we notice? They've got earth tones, they've got maybe some brighter colors, and in general, the gauge, the thickness of the sweaters is going to be more casual, is going to be thicker, is going to have more of a napped surface to it, just feel a little bit thicker to the touch. In particular, let's talk about the quarter zip. Now, when it comes to menswear, especially classic menswear, the quarter zip is relatively young. Popped up in the 1950s, so we're talking just over 70 years old. This garment became very popular with people that were active, skiing, out in sports, sailing, and the reason being is you could open up the front, you could add a little bit of ventilation, or you could seal it up very quickly. Now, early versions of this design use buttons, and that is still the more dressier classic, especially if they got smaller buttons. Larger buttons will make it more casual, but the zip formation appeared very quickly by the 1960s and 70s, and because of its functionality started to outsell all other varieties. And by the 1980s and 90s, luxury brands, especially out of Italy, again, leave it to the Italians, they started creating really high-end versions of these. And by the late 1990s, this piece of menswear had established itself as executive wear. It was worn by the country club, the weekend in the Alps kind of guy. Now, as for me, I love this garment. It is functional. It looks great with a dress shirt or a dress shirt polo underneath. You can layer it under a sports jacket or a blazer. You can choose to wear it on its own with just a pair of jeans and shoes. Just remember, the key to making it look good, keep the colors simple in neutrals. Pay attention to the fit, make sure it's spot on, and the little accent details. You want a quality zipper, you want a quality lining right next to it so it doesn't get caught on the material. All right, gents, what did I miss? What would you have added to this video to make it better? And did you notice that quilted jacket is also a field jacket in design? I love the field jacket. Again, underutilized by most guys. And guys, if you want more tips, you want to continue to look good, come on, I got you covered with another video right here. I make sure that these videos all work with each other. They add on to each other. So go check it out. Boom, right here. I know you're going to like it.